Okay, good evening everybody. It is the 29th of June and this is our Brimmers area / region training. So super excited and absolutely buzzing this month. Huge congratulations to everybody who's achieved their goals so far. It's just amazing, and I know there's so much more to come. We've got all of tonight, all of tomorrow. Make the most of that time and fill it with activity and fill it with exciting exciting stuff. So just before I go into tonight's training, I just want to just reiterate a few things. Just a massive welcome to any new consultants that I've not yet to meet. If we haven't yet met or have not spoken, please, when we are allowed to meet, or if I speak, please come and introduce yourself to me if I've not done already. It's really nice to see new faces. And secondly, if anybody still has not got Leadership Academy tickets, just let somebody else in. I massively urge you to go and just get one, because this is going to be our first virtual leadership. I am on the task force. I am absolutely buzzing for what is in store. Just in terms of the raffle prizes, just in terms of the keynote speaker that we've got arranged, it's going to be epic. And ultimately, we're entering into summer and the summer holidays now. You really want to be geared up for you're all in momentum. You want to be geared up to continue that momentum. So when AAC hits, you're all going to explode. And it's just about keeping that growth. So make sure you get tickets for that. And if you've got any new consultants that haven't got tickets, please explain to them the importance of this event. It's £10 for a whole morning of training. It's just so worth it. And just finally, just a little note on AAC. If anybody hasn't already seen, AAC is going to be virtual this year. I think most of us kind of suspected that was going to happen. But please make sure, as soon as the tickets go on sale, I don't know any information about costs, you get your ticket and you make sure your date is booked off, because I've got some ideas in my head of how we can make it super special and still come together and create just a massive impact, and for us all to have the best time ever. So just make sure it's booked off. Make sure you tell your teams about the day. You absolutely want every single one of you and your team to be there, because it's just going to be electric. So this training tonight is all around getting somebody started. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, this is going to be very informal, by the way, guys, because I just really want to go over and tweak a little bit about how we get a new consultant started. And hopefully you guys have noticed a bit of restoration, a little bit of, what's the word? We've done a little bit of maintenance on the old Brimfield Facebook group, and we've added in some great units, which I just feel it was our time, just kind of sidestepping a little bit. To be honest, us as a team, we are growing at such a phenomenal rate. We are our own nation. We're absolutely all growing into amazing leaders, and you can just see the areas popping like popcorn in districts. That's how it's meant to be. And actually, we need to create a system that's going to be quite easy and simple for our new consultants. I don't know if there's anyone else, hands up if you end up feeling a little bit confused with how many Facebook groups there are and how many where you comment where and what you have to look for. Yeah, we're all in on that. So it is a little bit of a work in progress, guys, but hopefully if we can just kind of simplify things. We don't need to overcomplicate this business. It's dead simple, and I think we have a nature in our one to have lots of stuff going on, and particularly for new consultants it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So this is kind of what I propose that we do, but I just want to kind of go over existing groups, and if you'd like to work your business utilizing the existing groups, please continue on. If that is what is working for your team, then that's absolutely fine. But this is something that I'm going to do going forward and just duplicate within my kind of central. So I'm just going to click through. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah. Oh, right, so let's come out here. So just to kind of reiterate, in Facebook, when a new consultant joins, there are a number of different Facebook groups. At the minute, what is existing is our Brimfield Nation Leaders Facebook group. Ultimately, that's the hub where we want our team to know everything. And in an ideal world, I would like us all to step up to the plate. Anyone who has been in this business now for a year and above, or is a district and above, please can you all help to keep this group active? There is a lot of information going into the Do More page that actually does benefit us. But if we can help to duplicate that over, if anyone notices something that's going to be of interest to our team, just quickly pop it over, because I've noticed some bits today and I was like, oh, that's really useful. But it's a lot of work for me to continually be looking and trying to relay that information to everybody if you've not seen it. So let's all just help each other out a little bit there. So I ultimately would like this page to be the hub of information. So eventually we don't have to, but we can just kind of, the do more page doesn't need to be as stringent as what it needs to be for us. We can make sure that everything's duplicated over to new consultants just into this one informative Facebook group. There is also, obviously for us, there's the do more page. This is a page, so if there's anyone new or anyone who doesn't understand what this is a page that basically is all about our multi-nations. So you'll see from the timeline from this tree above, actually it's from Fiona McCarthy, who is our ENVP, and everyone within her success line. So it's almost like a multi-nation, multi-region, big Facebook group where a lot of team training and information goes into. So my proposal is that actually we don't need to add new consultants into this group to start off with. I think that there's enough going on elsewhere, and actually we as sponsors and as their consultant, if we find any information, we should be relaying that to our team or popping it into our Brimfield group and tagging them in. So they've just got one like consistent source of where they need to go to. For us as leaders, if you've been in the business a little bit longer, so discounting anyone that's brand new, then I think, we need to be in here just for now until we, until whatever. At the minute, it's serving a great purpose. We've got a great amount of activity in there. It's just helping new consultants. We also have the Rise With Us group. If I just scroll to the top, which for me personally, I love it for some reasons, and I dislove it for others. It's very noisy. It's not my personality in all respects. And this is ultimately where it's meant to be a prospecting group. So where we add people in that we want to take a look at the business and or products. If you love it and it's working for you, continue to use this group. But later on in the training, I'm going to propose something else that we've put together that just may be a little bit more simple and easy for our prospects and also for our new consultants to be able to use. And then finally, there is one other group called Hungry for Health. I actually love this group. I think it's very important that we have a separate group that's just for people interested in taking a look at our 30-day plan. So it may be that you introduce this later into your new consultants like spectrum, but I think it's important that we're all in there. And actually it's a great resource for people. If they need an extra exposure, you can add them in there for testimonials and stuff. So you sponsored a new consultant. What is the first thing that you're going to do? Well, the first thing I would want to do is you want to welcome them into the team. And really that is entering them into initially this Brimfield Facebook group. I do need to change the cover on there. And most of you might have seen, I've recorded a welcome to the team video. It's dead short, dead simple, but hopefully that just gives them introduction to us as a region, as a new nation to be, as future regions, like that this is our team, and this can be adapted. It's just something that I put together initially. And what you need to do is just tag them in. So add them into this group. So you want to add them in, you want to welcome them obviously to the Facebook group, and then tag them in this video. This is just going to give them a really great overview of like just a welcome to the team. And also in that video then I direct them and say it's really important that as a consultant, for a great system of success, we want to get you started in the first week of your business. It's really where the magic happens. So they're not only hearing it from you, which you should be saying to the new consultant, but they're also hearing it from me. And it is important to get people started because we know, don't we, anyone that's been in the business long enough, sometimes we join and then our chimp comes out, fear kicks in, we're worried or we're concerned. And the longer we leave things, I mean, I know if I'd left it, I was all in with Tony, bless her, and then I was out, and then I was in, and then I was out because it was left too long. So if we can help people get started and help them get some really fast wins, that's what we really need to do. And it's not as being pushy, that's as being great consultants for our great sponsors for our new consultants. So we're going to tag them in this video, and then I'm directing them to the units. And this is all I want to talk about is getting a business builder launched. So in the units, you'll see that I've created just one unit. Now I am going to build on this. It's not going to be mental like the Do More page. I know they've got their own units. And as a side note, if that is working for you, like don't feel like I'm telling you can't use that. But for me, I wasn't using those units. I felt like it was delaying getting people started. And I think this is really about getting people started straight away. So in Unit 1, this is just really about opening the business, getting it started. And these are the 5 steps. And I've spoken actually with various different sidelines, different people within the McCarthy Wells nations, of what they're doing and what's really working for you. And actually I've kind of like trialed different things whilst being in lockdown, and obviously this is a very much a virtual place and space for us, which is great, because that's what we want, isn't it? And this is kind of something that I feel is the best way for us to get somebody started. So step 1, the consultant is going to set up a new Facebook group. This is going to be their client group. So if you're newish and you've already done this, don't worry. Like, if we've already set this up and we've kind of partly launched you, I'm probably talking to Kate now, don't worry. This is for new people coming in. New Facebook group. So all they're going to do is, you can click on step 1 in this unit, and this simply is a little explanation about what they're going to do. So this is going to be a group for your dream team launch, and then after, a place for you to talk and showcase the products to your future client base. So actually, this is going to be a space where it's going to create their client group, but initially we want to start them talking about the business and getting business builders in. So what we're going to do is get them to set up a group, pick a nice cover photo, pick a name that aligns with their brand or them or what's important to them. Like, really encourage them not to overthink it, and just, they can change it at a later date. It's not permanent. I remember it took me like a year to set up a flipping group, and I should have just done it like in 2 seconds. So I've picked actually Kerry's group as just an example. So if you haven't already got a group, or you don't know what I'm talking about, this is an example of a group. She's named it Dream Bigger Than Ever. She's got a lovely cover photo there, and then you could possibly pop in, I don't know if she's done this or not, pop in some information in the about what this is. So, started this business, I'm really excited, I can't wait to share more about this, whatever it is that I want, my vision for the future. And that's it. So that's step number 1. Go back to the units. They can click done. So it's really great for them. They can tick off where they're at. That literally is like a 5-10 minute job. Step number 1 done. Step number 2 is booking a date with your sponsor. So this is going to be for their dream team launch. I don't know about anybody else, but I really feel calling it a dream team launch is actually making it feel nicer than like business launch, or business launch is vague. Like, what is it going to be? This is ultimately where we want to share the business and be like, we want to tell as many people as possible about what you're doing and see if they want to jump on board with you. We've had a great example of this in Kerry's business, where Cara's joined, and then a cousin joined, and then a friend joined, and they all have just done it together. And it's been a really, really great energy and ball of energy in that group. And it really helps people feel alive when they're in this business doing it with somebody. So if your consultant is wanting to grow, I highly recommend we do this. And ultimately that dream team launch is going to be lived into that group. So it's going to be thereafter a place for their client, for their products, but it's going to be a dream team launch. And something that Zinzi in her team has been doing is basically inviting, so looking at a list and thinking, yeah, do you know, I'd love to share this with, these people, 20 to 30 people who are a dream team. If she could pick 20 to 30 people she would love to work with or love to do this business with, that's the nature of this call. It's a dream team. Who would it be a dream team? It's not to say everyone's going to join. It's not to say everyone's going to show up, but they would be her picks of who she'd love to work with. She'll invite them into the group. So they get an invite into the group. And then straight after, the person can send them a message, similarly to here, saying, hey, lovely, hope you're well. I just wanted to let you know I've recently started a new business venture and I'm really excited. I've invited you into my private group as I'm officially launching my business online and would love for you to be a part of it. I'm going to be going live on Wednesday the 25th at 8 p.m. and would be great for you to join. Here's the group link if you can make it, or here's the group link, and then a copy to the link. So it's similar to like a messenger party or a 15-minute Facebook party. We're inviting them. They don't obviously have to accept. And you also just send them a message to say, this is the reason why I've added you to this group. I'd really love for you to have a little listen as to what I'm going to be up to. And then what will happen is you'll agree a date with your sponsor. The consultant will agree a date with the sponsor, and the sponsor or the upline, so depending on how confident or competent that the upline is, the sponsor is, it could be like, your area manager or region or whatever, they will go live and say, you know, this is the purpose of this call is to share with all of you guys exactly what it is that Kerry's going to be doing. We're really, really excited. And in fact, actually, Kerry handpicked you guys to be the first ones to hear about what this business is, because she really wants you to hear about it. She, you know, she values your opinion. She actually really, like, you know, it's a great compliment to you guys that she's invited you in here, first of all. It may or may not be for you, and it might not be, but just have an open heart, listen with open ears, and actually it may be something that you can help, you know, Kerry grow. You may offer some great feedback in terms of the growth of the business. How nice is that? Like, actually, you're just trying to get this business out to people. There's no, oh, I'm doing this thing, or here's a few lipsticks. I'm not really telling you what the business is. It's just like, this is what it is. We want you to know about it. If it's not for you, that's cool. Will you just listen anyway, just to hear us? And that's how that's going to go. It's going to be really pleasant. So that's your dream team launch done. Step number 2 is book 2 product events. So I am really aware that sometimes when we do these business launches, we're trying to explain a little bit about the business, a little bit about the products, trying to get it all in. And actually, sometimes you just want to invite your nan, your mom, your auntie, who would just want to buy mascara at the end of the day. They're not bothered about hearing about the whole, you earn, you know, at this level, area manager, this level region. And actually, we should just do some product events. But these are direct networks. So it's not me asking my mom to invite her friends. I'm then inviting like my mum, my auntie, my sister, like other people that I just want them to hear about what these products are. I've kind of probably told them a little bit about this thing I've started. And that's what they are. And the reason why we pick 2 dates is because ultimately not everyone is going to be available on one day. It would be a miracle if that happens. So you're giving them 2 options for 2 product dates. And this is going to be a little bit more in depth. It's not going to be a 15-minute Facebook party where we talk about 30 days, like quickly 30 days, quickly skincare, quickly makeup. It's probably going to last about half an hour. And I would encourage people to arrange these on Zoom. Because remember, this is me, for example, launching my business. I really want my mom, I want my stepmom there, I want my mother-in-law there, I'd like my sister there, my sisters-in-laws, and, you know, my auntie, and I want, they know me. It's a place. And at the minute, while we can't get in people's houses, it's going to be the virtual lounge on Zoom. People, pictures on, you know, like, so we can talk openly. People can unmute if they want to, and it's going to be on Zoom. Obviously, when lockdown's over, and if people prefer to, it's not you don't have to do this, but people can have in-person launches. That's what we used to do. I feel like people are more inclined to be more virtual now because it fits around their family and time restrictions, but there's absolutely no stopping people of doing in-person launches. In fact, still enjoy the odd one. You know, I'm not going to say no to anything. So we want to encourage it to be on Zoom. You give them 2 dates, and here is some invite verbiage for your consultant to use. Hey Marie, hope you're okay. Just wanted to pop you a message to let you know I've started a new business with a company called Arbonne. We're leading in holistic, healthy living and botanically based products in nutrition, skincare, and makeup. I'm actually hosting my first informal event, almost like a bit of a show and tell, on Wednesday the 25th of June or Thursday the 26th of June, and would love it if you could make it. It's just going to be on Zoom, so you can watch from home on the sofa. Let me know which date works for you and I can send you the link to join. Please just encourage your consultants to word it how they want, send voice notes, whatever it needs to be. But we just want to basically have 2 product dates where we can really talk about the products. And for this, I've created I've pinched it from Emma Bundy, a very miniature slideshow, which basically is something that you can showcase, but also you can have holding the products and talk through it. It's just a little bit of a prompt for people to watch rather than them just watching you. And that is, when I can find it. No, sorry guys. Try to have everything open. No, I think it's in here. Sorry. It's here. Okay, so this is actually saved in our Google Drive. You can access our Google Drive from at the announcements section in our Brimfield group. So in announcements, it's in here. And this is basically just going to share a little, you know, hi everybody, it's so nice for you to be part of Kerry's launch. She's told me so much about you, all of her friends and family. It's just, we're going to have a really, really fun, informal night tonight. I'm really excited just to share a little bit about what Arbonne is and some of our top favourite products, and then just hear a little bit from you guys about what you're most interested in, or what, you know, if there's anything that you've really struggled to find a product that just helps you with something. My name's Jane. I'm just here to support Kerry. So I can then talk a little bit about Arbonne, talk a little bit about what, you know, why we're so different to other products on the market, our holistic approach, our transparency, plant-based ingredients, the fact we're vegan. our approach between mind, body and skin. I need to amend this because I know it's not right. Nutrition, skincare, makeup, just explain that we cover everything for men, women, babies, and ultimately we've got like award-winning clinically trialed products. And then all she does is talks through the 30 days. So it's very similar to a party, but it's just a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth. Talk about some of our best skincare ranges. So the fact that actually Arbonne has a real holistic approach to skincare. So BioHydra, we also recommend that the Digestion Plus within that as well to really heal the gut. We love our Super Calm, and actually has this added inner calm supplement that's really aids to help the skin, but also aids with stress, which is that whole part. So really she's touching on the fact that there's like a new, like the holistic side to the skincare that actually makes it a point of difference for Arbonne, whereas other companies don't have that. There's some points there as well. You can just read those out the slide, so it's easy for your consultant. The skincare, the RE9 skincare coupled with the skin elixir, which really helps skin glow. And then touch on the makeup. And then you can chat, the consultant, what was your favourite product? And you can showcase maybe some other items. And actually, with the skincare, you can have it out and you say, you just dot that on your face. It's so lovely. And actually, it's just a little bit more, you've got a little bit more time on Zoom. And then at the end, you can say, thanks, is there any questions? What were you most interested in? And encourage people to chat. Remember, this is family and friends, direct network. So it's meant to be quite informal, like they're in the room. And that's how that's going to go. And also, is there anything they'd like more information about or like samples for? So you're really encouraging them then, saying, yeah, I'd like some samples. They can send some samples out in the post or, drop them off or whatever. So that's something I'm going to really roll out for the 2 product launches for a new consultant. So this is the only time I will use this like spreadsheet. If it's a new consultant, the 2 dates that they've set out, that's their launches. So ultimately it's the Dream Team launch business, 2 product launches, which is 2 dates, just to make sure that we've covered everyone from dates. Thereafter, if there are people missing, stragglers that didn't make it onto any of those 3 events, I would encourage your consultant to arrange a one-to-one. Either to say, oh, I'd really love to talk to you a bit about the products, or I'd really love to actually tell you what it is that I'm doing. Like, I don't suppose you've got 10 minutes, I could send you a video, or would you have a chance to get on a call with me so I could explain a little bit about what the business is? So I would, and ultimately that's what I did when I got started. Anyone who couldn't make my big launches, I caught up with people separately, or there may be the odd person that doesn't really fit in within the group and you want to do something a little bit separate, so you could arrange to a one-to-one with those people. Dream Team launch, 2 parties, any stragglers, one-to-ones. Thereafter, your group, after your Dream Team launch, that group that consultant set up, is there their product launch? It's their product page there, it's their client page. People can start be adding in like their family and friends, and also that person can start talking about products. Anyone that was in that Dream Team launch that was added into the group and watched that live stream that was not interested in the business is then going to start getting a little bit of the interest in the product, and the product's going to start flowing in. So actually that person isn't, no, I'm not interested in the business, and they're gone forever. They're already in the client group, so they can start seeing like, the mascara offers or the skincare or what that's about, your testimonials. So I just feel like that's a really easy way for things to be set up. Often the question that's asked to me is, what do I do? I've done my launch, I've done my product thing, I've done my product events, I've done some one-to-ones, I've asked people for one-to-ones, I'm posting in my group, what do I do next? The next thing you want to encourage your consultant to do is anybody who didn't buy anything, didn't join, didn't offer to do anything, I would ask them if they would host you a 15-minute party, because then you are accessing into their network and you're offering them a free product. So that is then giving you branches of new people to go off to. And really thereafter, that should just continue on, like 2 events minimum a week, really. You can just encourage your consultant to do that and help them build their confidence. Obviously, putting on the preferred client orders that you've had from your product events and any new consultants that signed up. Once that's all kind of done and we've helped people get, help their teams get launched, you can then start encouraging your consultant to set up 15-minute parties, and that's how it should be organically growing. The other units that are left in our group is really just to encourage them to download the apps. So, obviously making sure that they download Zoom, SoundCloud, Arbonne Office and Arbonne Shop. So it's just simple tasks for them to get done. And then step number 5 is just to make sure that all of the weekly and monthly calls are diarised into their diary. It's just really crucial. Really, it's crucial for you as their sponsor to make sure that they are successful and they're plugged in and they understand what's going on. And also it's crucial for them. Like, they need to be a part of a team, a community, a constant growth kind of cycle. We all know that, don't we? So you want them to make sure they're in their diary and they see the importance of those training calls. And literally within probably a day, they could tick all of those things as done, as in arranged. I know they might not be done here, but as in booked in, arranged, invite sent out in a day. Like, you could get them to do all of that so quickly without it being too faffy. Hopefully this helps everybody a little bit. The second thing, well, that's getting a consultant launch. Let me just stop my share. Has anyone got any questions they want to unmute or pop in the chat? Let's have a look at the chat. Love this.
I have, if that's okay, Jade. Sorry, I need to stop sharing. So I'm crap on computers. Where did you find the slides from your page? Because you just kind of, they were there, but how did you find them? Just so I know how to find them. For
those new product launches?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry. It was already there, wasn't it? So if you go to, so in our Brimfield group,
yeah,
all the units now, if you just go to the top, so in here, in our team Google Drive, I've saved them in there. It's just on this announcements with my video. If you click in there, and then, my computer's so slow, I'm so sorry. Product focus slides.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. What I might try and do is I'll also post it in the Facebook group, and I'll utilise the popular topics as well. I really want to start using this because I think that's quite handy for us all. The Google Drive's there if you want to just I'm to scroll through, but I'll utilise that as well. So hopefully everything can be seen and it's also organised. Is there any other questions just before I can never get the chat up whilst the screen's shared. Hold on, no. Just unmute if there's any questions. If not, I can look back at the chat in a moment. So hopefully that is a little bit more simple for now. There may be some reason for us to talk about like personal development or some, I can just pop in some recommended books and stuff for people to perhaps tick off the first 10 books or something to get through that I would recommend. But I'm just going to leave it at that for the moment. The second thing I just really want to chat about, and this is again personal preference, is for me the Rise With Us group. Again, there's campaigns going on in there. I'm asking people to join when they're already in there, when there's campaigns going on. I'm just a little bit lost with it. So I wanted to create a space where ultimately it's a prospecting group where we can send our networks to just tag them in some videos, basically, that are just a number of probably 4 or 5 videos that are very, very simple, that actually would be relatable to whoever it may be. And also I'm conscious that there's Chelly and Nicola in Canada, so that maybe that we can add in a great Canadian DA or something that we can pop in if they wanted to use that. So instead of the Rise With Us, what I'm personally going to do is we've set up another group, and you can find this if you click on About. I've linked the group here. So it's called Dream Big and Have Heart. Just click on it. So a lot of you haven't been added in yet because it's still under construction, but if you want to add yourselves in, and in here is going to be an array of just a few videos. And this is what a lot of other consultants are doing right now. Secretly behind the scenes, they've got their own little prospecting group of just a few great videos that would be relatable. So I've popped in here Chris Harrison, which is great for a guy who talks about network marketing and how incredible it is. He's obviously in Arbonne. I've also re-recorded a compliant 30 days to healthy living DA. So this is 30 days that you could add somebody into if they're interested or slightly interested in the business and that you think that they'll probably look at that as well. That's it for now, but there is also going to be a DA from a millennial. So we are getting a lot of younger people in, and also a DA from, I was going to ask Carol Sutton-Houghton. I feel like she's very down to earth. She explains the business how it is. She was employed, then she was self-employed, Then she joined Arbonne. She's got 3 kids. Like, I just feel that she's quite relatable to a lot of different people. And then also we're going to have a compilation of all of our area managers talking about why Arbonne. So what their background and why they've joined Arbonne and what they love the most. And that's probably going to be about a minute long each, so about 6 minutes altogether. So really there's probably about 5 or 6 videos in there that are just going to be great, and you can just add people in, and that's going to be it. It's not going to be noisy, it's not going to be about a bit about product here and product there. It's just purely for people who are interested in the business opportunity. You can add them in, rather than us thinking, has anyone got a DA for this, or has anyone got a DA for this? There's just some great options there if you wanted to use them. So that's, just to repeat, the link to that is in our Brimfield group. In about, you can scroll down and you'll see a recommended group. You can add yourself in there if you want to. That's like more to come. And honestly, I think that's all you need to do in terms of a new consultant. There are lots of WhatsApp groups, Instagram stories. There's lots of, extra Facebook groups for Facebook ideas. I feel like it's your responsibility as their sponsor to either add them into your client group so they can use your posts, or if they're ready to be added into lots of stuff and they love it, then add them. But I think we just need to chill on the adding into stuff, make sure it's really simple, and then allow people just to connect with what's important. Getting on the trainings, getting launched, talking to people about this business and talking to people about the products. When they see that and they stop all the fluff around the outside and all the noise, actually their businesses are just it's really quite simple. That's all we do. We share the business with people, we share the products with people, and we use the products. And that's it really. So hopefully those are just some great tools and tips. Let me just have a little look. 10th of September, I don't know what's in there privately. Great, love this. Why did I send... No, you both need to know. Okay. Yeah, does anyone have any questions before I stop the recording? Kerry does. So
that's one more. So on the Do More page now, the only other video that I find really, really helpful is the one that you did, Jade, on how to set up an event and how to link ICs and PCs. Could we put that on there just so that they've got that confidence in setting up their own event, ready for their launch, and then how they place an order to start with? Is that okay?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there is some of the bits.
I think it's like amazing, because I completely agree. It's too much, too quick. It overwhelms me, and I've been doing the business ages, and it's just too much, I think, for everybody. But I love you. I love that. I love that page, and I love the group as well. Love it. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you. That for your back. Yeah, I just, do you know what? I'm putting it out there now. Like, this is very informal. We're ready to be a nation, and you're all ready to step up. I know that all of us. So if I can just ask, like, for us all, I'm doing this little bit behind the scenes, but all of us to, like, if we can, and you see something you think that's really important for us all to see, if you can help add into the Brimfield group and we can all do our bit, it's just going to help our new consultants feel a part of something bigger. We have got a big enough team to do it, and actually we don't need to add them into multiple groups to confuse things. And we're ready. Like, we can't continue to be in someone else's bed when we've got too many people in our own bed. We've got to create, don't know why I use that analogy. No, I'm trying to say. That's a new analogy I've just made up. When do you need the video by? Yeah, so Wednesday. Let me just stop the recording and then